think we are. So let me get started. Hello guys and welcome to this live stream of the third Apple event in 2022. And for a lot of you guys, this is the big one. This is for the iPhone 14. We've got the Apple Watch. I think we've got some AirPods Pro 2 finally coming along after so many years. And this is going to be a great event. So I want to say a big hello to everybody in the chat. And oh wow, I've just seen everybody's comments. Thank you so much for wishing me a happy anniversary. Yeah, just in case you didn't know, guys, today is actually my 10th year wedding anniversary with my wife, Katie. And yes, 10 years, and luckily, well, nicely, she's allowed me to do this event for you guys on our wedding anniversary. If you didn't know already, I'm from the UK, and so it's about 5:30 in the evening here, so 17:30 in the evening. So she's allowed me to have our evening for allowing me to do this Apple event. So a massive thank you to you, Katie, if you are watching this somewhere else in the house, or if you watch this video at some point later on. So big thank you for that. But yeah, welcome everybody. It's great to see you all here. And yeah, it's going to be such a fantastic day today. This is the big one, like I said, iPhone 14. This is the one we've all been looking forward to. I think you're probably all fed up with the amount of videos I've been talking about the iPhone 14 over the last year. But we finally have made it now. Today is iPhone 14 day. We've got Apple Watch 8 and we've also got the AirPods Pro 2 as well, being probably announced today, and probably some other bits and pieces. So first of all, like I said, a big hello to everybody. I want to say in the chat, thank you so much for all coming along to this. Let me know where you're from, by the way. I'd love to know. I'm going to be reading some of your chats out. I might not be able to reply by typing because, you know, there's so much going on here and everything. But yeah, let me know where you're from and everything. I'd love to know where you're all tuning in from. It's going to be such a great day. So what I thought I'd do over the next sort of half an hour is finally give you my sort of last sort of kind of impressions, or my last kind of sort of thoughts of what I think is going to be happening on today's event, and what we're probably going to see in features-wise on these Apple products and services that are going to be coming out. Just looking at the chat here before that, I can see lots of people from France, Jamaica, Netherlands, Finland, Nigeria, Manchester, the UK, Germany, New Orleans, Turkey. Got so many. South London, India. Wow. All over the world. Malaysia. Awesome. It's great to have all of you guys here from Texas as well. Just to let you know, for you guys in America, I was only in America about 2-3 weeks ago. I went to Disney World. Just to quickly know, my little rant there. I've never been to Disney World in Florida. Absolutely loved it. It was great to go there. That was part of my 10-year wedding anniversary, by the way. I'm a big Disney fan, but that's a story for another day. But let's tackle then. Let's talk about then what we could possibly be seeing today. So what I will just generally just say is, just before we talk about what we're going to be seeing today, is if you guys have got any questions of what you would like to know about the iPhone 14 or the Apple Watch, AirPods Pro, or any other kind of products that we're hoping to see today, put them in the chat. But if you definitely want your question to definitely 100% be answered, please do use the super chat option inside the chat. And yeah, I will definitely be answering your questions if you use that, for sure. So let's talk about the iPhone 14. I think the biggest shake-up we're going to have with the iPhone 14 this year, as we've been seeing from leaks and rumours all over the year, is the mini model is dead, sadly. I'll be honest, I like the idea of the mini. We had the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 13 mini, and yeah, this year it looks like it's gone. There was a niche idea that some people really wanted, like the really powerful iPhone with the latest sort of A chip inside it. So this was like the A14, A15 inside it in the 12, 13 iPhone, and wanted it in a small factor design. And so many people argue, so I really want one. And in the end, everyone who moaned who wanted one didn't actually buy one in the end, really, to Apple's demand. Don't get me wrong, they sold, and we did have some sales of them, but not as much as Apple predicted. And based on that, then this year, it is being dropped, the mini iPhone. So sorry, guys, if you're expecting an iPhone 14 mini, it's gone. However, it is being replaced by literally the opposite end of the scale. Apple are bringing out a brand new Max model or Plus model. We thought for a while it's going to be called the iPhone 14 Max, not to be confused with the Pro Max. And it now looks like it's going to be probably called the Plus. And we haven't had a Plus name in ages. You might remember we had the Plus since like the iPhone 6. We had the iPhone 6 Plus, 6S Plus, 7 Plus, 8 Plus, and all of that. And we haven't had it since the iPhone 7 Plus. Or 8 Plus, sorry, my mistake. So it's definitely going to be awesome to be getting that back this year, that we're going to be probably getting an iPhone 14 Plus, and that Plus will be the same size as an iPhone 13 Pro Max or 14 Pro Max. So like right here, I've got a iPhone 13 Pro Max, and it'll be the same size screen as that. The main differences with this 14 Plus, can't even say it out correctly, is basically on the back you will get the 2 cameras instead, just like we've got on the iPhone sort of 13 and the 12 range, and it'll probably be those diagonal cameras again. It'll be that wide and that ultra wide lens, but what you won't get is the sort of new hole punch and sort of pill design, or the long pill now it looks like it's going to be. I'll talk a little bit more further. You will get a notch this year. The refresh rate won't be a ProMotion refresh rate, for example. And also we've heard something else with this model. It will have an A15 chipset inside it, but we have heard very recently, just in the last day or so, that it'll be an enhanced A15 chip. Don't let that put you off though, the A15. The A15, remember, is a super powerful chip, and beats all the Android phones out there. And in fact, the A15 over, say, the A14 chip, what was inside the iPhone 12, for example, is only about 10 to 15% more faster. So really, because we know that the A16 is going to be probably made on the same sort of nanometer die this time round, it probably, again, it's only going to be, say, about 15%, maybe 20% faster. And then realistically, when you're using your apps, you're not really going to see much difference on that. So don't be disappointed that that new model is going to be getting that. So I have talked about the Plus model there. So we will definitely be getting that. We'll also be getting the standard iPhone 14. Basically have exactly the same features I just talked about there with the iPhone 14 Plus model, except for it'll be a 6.1 inch display. And that will just be the standard of what we will get. So it's something similar to what we had with the iPhone 12 and then the iPhone 13, just normal. So again, just a normal 6.1 inch iPhone. But personally, I think that Plus model is going to sell quite a fair bit. I think it's going to be the second most highest selling iPhone that Apple are going to sell this year. That's my prediction. Obviously, the most sort of one that we're going to probably sell the most of, what most of you guys are probably here for, is for the 14 Pro Max. So let's talk about some of those features, what we're expecting to see. Obviously, I've talked about it in my videos and we've seen it quite a lot, is that new display at the front, the new sort of Face ID and selfie camera. We've been thinking for a long time it's going to be sort of a hole punch and a pill design next to it, but it looks like that what Apple might do is might kill out some pixels or blacken out some pixels between those two holes and make it like a long pill design. And there's also been rumours and leaks going around that it might not just be that, you might have an option in settings to choose if you want the hole punch and the pill, or you can choose to have just the long pill. You choose. And that might be built into iOS 16. So we might see that. From looks wise, that's probably the biggest change we're going to probably most likely to notice. However, on the rear of the Pro models this year, if you did have like an iPhone 12 or iPhone 13 model, you will notice that the actual lenses are bigger this year. And I'll talk a little bit after the actual, what's it called, keynote conference, what we're going to watch the event, that's the word I'm looking for, after this event, more about that, because we have a sponsorship and I want to show you some of the gear for the iPhone 14 after the event about that. So, and you'll see what I mean about the camera lenses with that. So yeah, really exciting stuff. But with that though, the reason why they are bigger, those lenses and sensors, is we're actually expecting a 48 megapixel sensor. And this is the first time that Apple have actually upgraded megapixel wise. The technology has changed loads all over the iPhones, don't get me wrong, since the iPhone 6S. The iPhone 6S introduced 12 megapixels. And we basically had 12 megapixels all along. So for this time, for the first time, to get the wide angle lens. By the way, if you didn't know what the wide angle lens is, that's the sort of standard lens that you guys use. The one that, when you first open up your iPhone, the first camera was used That one there on the 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max is going to be a 48 megapixel one. And just in case you're worried that that more megapixels basically means it's worse for sort of quality, low light sort of quality or low light photos. It seems like Apple are probably going to be doing like a sort of pixel binning technique that will actually allow more light in. Samsung do this right now, and I know, for example, some other companies out there do this. They have a more heavier sort of pixel sort of sensor, but they use this binning technique to let in more light. So it's really, really exciting to see what Apple are going to do with that. And also, the other thing is that we probably are going to be seeing for the first time 8K recording. Now, a lot of you guys, I've now seen in previous videos, going, 8K, what's the point? The thing is, at the end of the day, you know, we go right back to the iPhone 6S, I think it was, or even the 6, I can't remember which one it was, will introduce 4K recording. Back then, all of us, most of us, were on 1080p TVs or 720p TVs, and we go, what's the point of having 4K? TVs are so expensive for 4K. But, you know, here we are today, and most of us have 4K TVs. I'm going to say that. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong there, if you don't have a 4K TV. Let me know if you've got this old CRT TV still. I love those. But basically, it's most likely that we're going to be getting 8K recording. And what comes with that is probably a caveat. Something similar that we had last year. Last year in the iPhone 13 Pro Max, we got introduced to ProRes recording built into the iPhone. And with ProRes recording, you had to buy the 256 gigabyte model for it to work. And I reckon this year something similar will have to happen. You can't buy like the 128 gigabyte model and you will be able to do 8K recording. I doubt that is going to be the case. And I think it will be exclusive to the Pro models. And you have to have a higher storage amount because obviously 8K does eat up your storage at the end of the day. So we'll have to wait and see that. I'm just having a look at what people have got here. They say, someone's got here, Kenneth, you say, I have a CRT TV for my NES and SNES. Good on you. Yeah, I know what you mean there. If you've got an old school Nintendo or Sega device and plug it into a 4K TV, it just doesn't work correctly. It looks horrible. You have to have an old school TV to make it work. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if 8K definitely does come along. But I think it will, and I think, to be honest, it'll only probably work at, say, 24 frames per second or even, say, 30 frames per second. Because when Apple introduced 4K recording, that's what it started out at. So we'll have to see along the journey. Probably iPhone 15, 16, along the way, it'll go up, those frames per second. We'll have to wait and see. And with that, I'm going to stop ranting for a little bit. Let's have a look at some of your questions here. Supergirl, Matt's favourite word is however. I know it is. It's however or but. Have you ever noticed that? I go however or but. The thing is, I do that all the time. I'm terrible in my videos to say that all the time. However. So yeah, I recognise that. Let's see what else are people. We've got Laka here. What do you think about a foldable iPhone? I made a video about foldable iPhones. A foldable iPhone a couple of months ago, and I do think it's coming. It's something what Apple love to do is this. I'm just going to quickly say this. Apple love to sit on technology and perfect it before they release it. Just like we've just been talking about 8K. So 8K recording's been available on Samsung phones for the last like 2 or 3 generations, I don't know, and other devices, other phones. But iPhone don't do it yet, do they? And I think the reason is because Apple want to get it so right and so perfect that they won't release the product until that point. And you can imagine with foldable phones, we've seen things like we've seen the creases in the screen, and I don't think Apple want that. They don't want creases in the screen. They're probably working on a hinge that doesn't cause that to happen, and also they're delicate as well, those screens. They've got to invent a way to make them a bit more tougher, especially Apple have been boasting about their new ceramic display since the iPhone 12 was like super tough on their screen. So do you get the idea? I think foldable iPhones are coming, but I don't think they'll be coming just yet. They need to sit on the technology a little while longer. It needs to be perfected a little bit more, and we will see what happens on that. Let's see another question here. Do you think there will be any delays on the release of these iPhones? I did for a while, and then personally I think maybe not. At the end of the day, Apple generally do this event, what we're watching right now today, in about a week's time or 2 weeks' time. They normally do it mid to end September time. And it's quite unusual. The last time they actually did an event this early was with the iPhone 7. That's how long ago it was. It's been this early. Since then, it's been even later in September, or even sometimes in October. We had like mainstream COVID. Based on that, if Apple are confident with that, I think the iPhone 14 models, personally, could be available to pre-order today or Friday. I'm probably more likely going to say Friday, but I could be wrong. And I think that after the pre-orders, they'll be available next Friday. So September the 16th. That's my own honest opinion. And that's based on history of the past with other iPhones that Apple have released. Generally, they do the announcement. A few days later, you can pre-order. A week later, you can get them in your hands. So personally, don't hold me against it. Based on history, I think you'll be able to get an iPhone next Friday on the 16th of September. But like I said, don't 100% count me on that. Now, something else, guys, what I just want to quickly mention, there we go, that's another one of my famous services. Just want to mention one thing at this point, guys, and that is the actual Apple event today. Due to copyright reasons, I cannot actually show the event actually in this sort of live stream that I'm doing right now. I can't do a picture-in-picture because Apple just cut my head off. So they won't like that. So what I'd say to do is, I'm just putting a link into the chat right now, and what you guys need to do is just go to that link in there in another tab, if you're on a computer, a MacBook, whatever, or get another device right now, open up that link, and we can watch it together. We can chat here in chat, and I'll give you my feedback at the same time. So yeah, make sure that you open up that link on another device or in another tab right now. And if you could do me a favor as well, guys, for everyone who's here right now, if you get other people going, where's the live stream? Could you do me a favor? Just copy that link, paste it to them, or copy my message I've just put in chat and tell them, because I'll try my best to put it in and repeat myself, but I won't be able to do it all the time because I'll be trying to answer you guys your questions. Let's have a look at the question here. Danny Valores, what product are you most looking forward to tonight? I think it's the obvious one. I'm going to be honest, it is the iPhone 14, but it's very close with the other two products that we're most likely going to see tonight. And I'm going to talk more about them now. And that is the Apple Watch Series 8. And especially that it looks like that this year we're going to be getting 3 Apple Watches. We're going to be getting an Apple Watch 8, an Apple Watch 8 Pro, and we might be getting a brand new Apple Watch SE 2. And I don't know about you guys, I want all 3. I want a new Apple Watch 8 because it's the Apple Watch 8. I want the Pro because it's going to be the Pro model. And I want the SE 2 because the SE original was such a great Apple Watch. It gave you so many features in an SE. I want all 3, but I can't wear all 3 on my arm at the same time. So I'm going to have to decide here which one I'm going to get or everything. So it's going to be quite tricky. But with the new Apple Watch, I think, yeah, the star of the Apple Watch is going to be that Pro model. And it looks like, finally, we're going to get a new design, and it looks like it's going to be a larger display as well. It's going to be about a 2-inch display. It's going to be big, and I think with that, there's I saw some renders recently in the last 24, 48 hours, which showed there's going to be an extra button on it. We have no idea what that extra button is going to be for. We'll have to wait and see at this event. And also at the same time, it's going to be interesting what the Pro will give us above, say, a Series 8 normal, apart from the larger screen, and make sure that it's worthwhile buying. With that new design though, it looks like it's going to have a flat screen completely, and the body's slightly flat. Now I know I've been showing videos and renders of a completely sort of flat surface sort of Apple Watch. It looks like if you had a Apple Watch Series 7 and those renders, and if they had a baby together, as it were, that's the sort of design you're going to get. It's going to be more flat, but it's not going to be completely flat as the renders have been showing. So it's going to be interesting to see what that is going to look like. So really interesting. Talk about that. We've been told that there's going to be a new temperature sensor on that. What that temperature sensor is going to do, as far as I can tell, is that it's just going to tell you if you're overheating or you're getting too cold. With that, we'll have to wait and see. With that, unfortunately, it does look like it's been postponed again. There's going to be no glucose monitoring this year, and I'm really gutted about that because the ability is out there. If you go on Amazon, you can buy a device that can monitor your glucose sort of levels through your skin. on Amazon. The technology's there. And it's like, come on, Apple, you need to adapt it. But it doesn't look like it's coming this year. So we might have to wait another year for that. It was really disappointing because I really wanted that. I'm not diabetic, but I know a lot of people would benefit from having that sensor. But shame, I don't think it's coming. Let's have a look at the time. We've got 10 more minutes, guys, until the event's going to start. Just less than that. I'm just going to just repeat what I said before again, just putting that link in again to say that you've got to open up the feed again due to copyright reasons and everything. So yeah, make sure you do open that if you are new here to the chat. But let's move on then. So let's talk about AirPods Pro 2. Finally, that's all I'm going to say. Do you know the AirPods Pro 1, the original one, came out 3 years ago. It came out in 2019. That's before COVID even existed. That's the last time where the AirPods Pro, refresh was the first time they were introduced. They were brand new. And it looks like, finally, we're going to get an update to them. And I'm really, really excited to see these. From what I'm going to say excited to see them, they're not going to look that much different from the AirPods Pro, what we've got right now. The design is probably going to be identical, but we are going to get some like a new H2 chip inside it. Supposedly there might be some fitness bits and pieces as well. It's going to be LE Bluetooth audio, what basically allows for sort of Bluetooth apps to be allowed, like for hearing aids, adjusting sort of caller things. Look it up. I'm not going to go into the details about LE audio right now, but if you have some time, look up what LE audio is. But Apple might even describe this actually in their conference because they might take big advantage of it. But we heard that LE audio is coming to AirPods, and it's, to be honest, it is quite a big thing. So do look on that. We don't know about lossless sound. Quite right just yet. I don't know if that's coming to the AirPods Pro 2. We know that we're probably going to be getting better battery life, most likely, and also the actual case might have some extra features on it, like you might be able to stick a strap on it or something like this, I've heard. But we'll have to wait and see. They are going to definitely be better than the AirPods Pro that we have right now. So we'll have to wait and see on that. So what have we got? We've got 8 minutes left. Let's have a look at some more of you guys, your questions. Will there be an Apple Watch 8 Pro with 2 sizes? Possibly. At the end of the day, Apple, when they do their Apple Watches right now, you're right, they do 2 sizes. So yeah, there is a good possibility that we might get 2 sizes for the Pro this year. I haven't actually seen anybody talk about 2 sizes for the Pro models, actually. It was quite unusual. It's a good point. But I would guess so, because it'd be a bit silly of Apple to just do, the Series 8, normal, 2 sizes, the new SE2, 2 sizes, Pro, 1 size. Would make sense. So I think Apple, probably with the Pro, might do that. Some other people have been asking, will we see new Macs? Will we see new iPads today? I'm afraid the answer to that is no. The iPads and new Macs are going to be in the next Apple event, and that will be around about October time. So some point in October, there will be another Apple event. Apple generally do 2 events in the fall time, autumn time. And that is coming up probably in about a month. So once the iPhone's out the way, we've been doing reviews for ages and everything. Apple will go, hey, here we go, some new iPads. And with that, it's going to be looking like we will be getting that brand new iPad Pro with an M2 chipset inside it. We're also probably going to get a redesigned, that's what we've been told, iPad normal. So this is that $330, $300 iPad that we have right now. That is going to be getting an A14 chipset, 5G capability, a new design, and possibly USB-C. And that makes all the iPads get USB-C. Just a quick note on that. I don't think USB-C is coming to the iPhone 14 this year, but I've got a huge bet it's coming next year. And I'll talk about that just in a minute, why I think it's coming next year. I don't think it's coming. This is the last year probably of Lightning port on the iPhone 14. But the great thing is, I'd say also, is that we're probably going to be seeing new Macs in October time. What those Macs are, most likely is going to be a Mac Mini and possibly the brand new, finally, Mac Pro, the last Apple device to get a Apple Silicon chipset inside it. There are rumours, and it's sitting on the fence, it's 50-50, that we will get a 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro refresh with an M2 Pro and M2 Max. And it's sitting on the fence. I don't know if they're going to do that because it's only been a year since they've released the last, the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. It's not even been a year yet since we've had those machines. And it's quite unusual for Apple to do that unless there's a big advantage why they need to do it. They did do it back in 2020 where they introduced Intel generation MacBook Pros and MacBook Air at the beginning of 2020, and then obviously Apple Silicon came right at the end, and that was a big reason to change it. But to go to M2 Pro and M2 Max, personally, I don't think so. Not this time round. I personally think that the new MacBook Pros 14 and 16 inch are going to be coming in spring, at the spring event, because that would be in about 18 months since the refresh. And if you know anything about your history, when the M1 MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air, it came out in November 2020. And then fast forward to beginning of June 2022, 18 months later, what did we get? M2 MacBook Air, M2 MacBook Pro. 18 months. And I think 18 months is going to probably happen to these 14 and 16 inch MacBook Pro. So, 2021, October time, spring 2023, 18 months. Ta-da! Around about that time. So I think, it's going to be then is when we're probably going to get the refresh for those chipsets. So we will have to wait and see. But let's go back to today's event. We've got 5 more minutes to go. Let's have a look at what other people are saying here inside the comments. I'm so excited for the event, Matt, and also for the iPhone 14. I'm super excited as well. Will iOS 16 come out today? Possibly. It will either come out today, it will come out this week. I bet you it'll come out this week, iOS 16. It's got to, because if the iPhone 14 is coming out the next week or so, they've got to bring it out for all the other devices. But I have heard that iPad OS 16 is probably going to be delayed. So you might not actually get that for not to the next Apple event, or it might just come out just before that Apple event in October, what I just talked about. The same with the new Mac OS as well. Visit Ventura. It's not going to be coming out. That normally always gets released last over the last few years. So we have to wait a bit more longer on that one. Heaven is cooler than fire. The Legend of Zelda t-shirt. That's pretty cool. Yeah. By the way, little thing here, I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan. I love it. If anyone's ever played the Wind Waker, this is like the beginning scene of the Wind Waker sort of story figure on a t-shirt. So yeah, that's again a story for another day. But yeah, big Legend of Zelda fan out there just for you guys. What's the other people just saying here? We're close to 450,000 subscribers. You're right. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to say that right now before the stream starts. Massive thank you. We are on 449,000 subscribers. And personally, I think in the next 24 hours, we might hit 450,000 subscribers. So I'm going to start picking a winner very, very soon. So yeah, that is coming very soon. And I will be giving away that MacBook Pro 14 inch. I'm not going to talk about that today because today is about the iPhones. But yeah, big one on that one. So we've got 3 minutes left to go, guys. I'm just going to repeat myself once more, and that is, like I have said, due to copyright reasons with Apple, I cannot actually show a picture-in-picture of this event on the stream because Apple will just cut off my head or the stream will just get cut. So what I can do is, in the chat, what I've just put here, you can open up that link there in another tab if you're on a Mac or a computer right now, or if you've got another device, what you need to do is just get your actual another device, open up that link, and then stay here for the party. Something else, guys, just going to quickly mention, I've just noticed, and that is if you open up that link, Apple have just started their pre-roll video. So if you do want to open up that link right now, you'll see some stars just spinning around. So it's going to start in 2 more minutes. Again, I just seen somebody else saying many congratulations for your wedding anniversary. Yes, thank you, guys. It is my 10-year wedding anniversary today, and my wife, Katie, she's allowed me to do the stream with you guys today. So on our 10-year wedding anniversary, even though it's the evening at the moment here in the UK where I am. So big thank you to everybody for all your happy anniversaries all there. So really appreciate that. Got 1 more minute, guys. It's going to be a great event. I'll recap again. iPhone 14, Apple Watch Series 8, AirPods Pro 2 most likely, and some new services introductions. And I will just mention at this point as well that most likely the iPhone 14 will be at the end of the event. Remember, like any movie, for example, you watch, you don't have the big battle scene right at the beginning and the rest of the film is boring. You have the big build-up right at the end. If you're expecting iPhone 14s, it will be at the end of the event. It will not be at the beginning. Most likely it'll be services first, possibly AirPods Pro 2, and an Apple Watch, and then probably going to be the iPhone 14. That's my prediction in the order it's going to happen today, but we'll have to wait and see. One more time again, guys, open up that link. Like I said to some of you guys right at the beginning of this, if you can, please do copy and paste that. Let other people know that obviously due to copyright reasons, I cannot do picture-in-picture, but you can open it up on another device or another tab, and we'll keep the party going here, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on what we're going to be seeing. The event should be starting any second now, so let's just see then what's going to be happening. So it's going to start here. Come on, it's got to start any time now. Let me know then from you guys if you got the event starting at your end. If it's me who's got a delay. All I can see is stars spinning around at the moment. Hopefully it's going to begin. Come on. We've got to see. It's going to start any second. I think we're starting, guys. Yeah, we're starting. Here we go. This is the Apple Far Out event. Like I said, get that stream open on another tab or get it open on another device. We are ready to go now. Like I said, I think first of all, we're going to see Apple services first. Then we might see the AirPods Pro 2. And then probably Apple Watch Series 8. Finally, the iPhone 14. I think it's going to be in that order today. So let's see what's going to be happening. Oh, we're in space. Far out. I saw a satellite connectivity. You never know. That might have been a hint there. Hint. Here we go. Apple Park. Where's Tim Cook? First person to see Tim Cook gets 1,000,000 points. Don't know what 1,000,000 points of. Where is he? There he is. Who gets 1,000,000 points? I think Tim Cook's getting more whiter by the day, isn't he? Is he getting older? Well, he's getting older, obviously. But I remember he had grey hair. I remember he had brown hair at one point. Free products, guys. There we go. iPhone, AirPods, and Apple Watch. There we go, guys. The predictions were correct. This could be awesome. He's right there. If you've got the Apple ecosystem of those three devices, it works so well. AirPods, an iPhone, Apple Watch. Right now I've got some AirPods on, I've got my iPhone, I've got Apple device. It works so well, the ecosystem. It's going to be good to see this. It's quite interesting that he's actually declared this right at the beginning of the event, because normally they surprise you what they're going to be talking about. So yeah, for Tim to announce it right at the beginning of the event that what he's going to be talking about is quite unusual. There we go. That's the old devices, guys. We're going to see new devices. That picture there is going to be refreshed of the iPhone, Apple Watch, and the AirPods. We're going to have to see it. What's going to be first then? What do you reckon? Do you think it'll be the AirPods? Oh, I was wrong. Apple Watch is first. I was wrong there, guys. I thought it was going to be AirPods. I thought it was going to be AirPods Pro 2. Okay, Apple Watch, AirPods Pro 2, iPhone. That's what I believe it will be. It'd be interesting if iPhone is in the middle, actually, because they've never done that before. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see that. Yeah, some of those stories are cool. Like people how their lives have been saved through Apple Watch. There's some good ones that have come up. Let's see what these stories are. It'll be interesting what these stories are going to lead to. Let me know if you've got an Apple Watch as well, by the way. Put it in the comments. And have you had any sort of crazy experiences with your watch? Has it helped you like lose weight? Has it helped you in an emergency situation? Like the bear there. There we go. That's what I mean. Apple Watches have saved so many lives. They have. Wow. The fabrication was amazing. That is. That's crazy. Oh, I've heard about this when the plane crash. Yeah. I wonder if the satellite connectivity. I wonder if satellite connectivity is going to be coming to the Apple Watch. It'll be interesting if it does come. It is really good what the Apple are doing with the Apple Watch. I do like the technology behind it. Like I said, guys, let me know if you have an Apple Watch or and it's helped you in your life. I'd love to know the story. I will just say that to you guys that obviously there is a delay with YouTube, unfortunately, with what's being live being shown here. I go through YouTube to their servers and it comes out to you, and there's about a delay of about 20 to 25 seconds. So I must apologise on that. Aha. I think it's going to be free Apple Watches, like I said, guys. It's going to be crazy. Supergirl says, I don't have an Apple Watch. You might get one after this time. Let's see what's next. This is a Series 8 normal, I think it's going to be. Remember, guys, I think it's going to be Series 8, Series 8 Pro, and also a brand new SE2. It looks similar to a Series 7, so I don't think much has changed there. If you have a Series 7, let me know. I don't actually have a Series 7, funny enough. I reviewed one, but I don't have it anymore. I've actually kept my Apple Watch SE2, but this year I am going to be refreshing and keeping. Let's hear more about Series 8. I like that one, Mr. Dodo. It's probably done that to me too, I've just not noticed. Yeah, we know all the extra features. Let's see what the new features are. Come on. That's what we want to know, isn't it? What are the new features? It might have this new sensor something about temperature control. Doesn't she look a bit like Cameron Diaz? Doesn't she? Temperature sensor. There we go, guys. Here we're right. Is the sensor just for women, is it? I thought it'd be for more people. Let's see what this temperature sensor can do then. Cycle tracking. Alright. I know they introduced this last year, these new sort of period bits and pieces. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how the Apple have built on this year. Supergirl, yeah, I did think so. She did look a bit like a Cameron Diaz, didn't she? Not the one who's on the screen right now, but the last lady. She looked like Cameron Diaz. I thought it was for a second. One temperature sensor. Oh, okay. So there's two temperature sensors. One on the top, one on the bottom. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, that's good. I don't know about you guys, but I sweat loads when I sleep. Everything I've drunk that day just lovely thought for you guys there. But yeah, if I wore the temperature, it's probably going to wake me up and tell me that I'm about to die or something. It's good to see still everybody here on the feed here. I see some people here from the UK and stuff like this. It's good to see you. It's good that Apple have looked into this. I will give that. So I'm gonna be saying it. I'm not a female, obviously, but I can imagine a lot of women out there, young ladies and older ladies too, where this could be very very useful for them to help them. So yeah, it's really good that Apple have looked into this. They think of everything, don't they? Good thing. Privacy. You don't want to be sharing that kind of information around, do you? Apple are big on privacy. We might see a big part on the privacy again today. You never know. But normally, I guess that was at WWDC with iOS and Apple Watch. What's it? Watch OS and things like that. It was probably more likely to see it then. Yeah, Mr. Dodo, are you shocked? Hi, Apple Power destroying. I can see you. I wouldn't just say that it's Supergirl. I think there's going to be more features. I don't think that's just what the Apple Watch Series 8 is just about. I think there's going to be more features too. I just think it's a big feature to help out. Oh, it's Cameron Diaz. She's back on TV. Does look like Cameron Diaz, doesn't she? Is it just me? Cameron Diaz has got a job at Apple. Car crash detection, guys. We said this is probably going to be coming. We said it probably also comes to the iPhone too. Crash detection. That's really cool. Yep, 10-second countdown. Let's see how crash detection works then. It looks really, really good. Yeah, just quickly, guys, iPhone is going to be at the end of the event. I said this right at the beginning. You know, like a movie, you don't have the big battle scene at the beginning and then the rest of the film is rubbish. The build up is always at the end. They normally have the iPhone always at the end of the event because it's always the big build up. So yeah, expect it probably at the end of this event. So don't worry, you've not missed it just yet. That's quite good. I think this crash detection is going to be really, really good. I know a lot of cars, modern cars, have this built in, but you'd be surprised the amount of people have not set up car crash detections in their cars, the cars that can do it. And also, especially like if you hire a car or something like this, you're not going to set that up, are you, on day one? So, you know, if you've got your Apple Watch on, it's more likely, you know, you'll want to use it on that. And if you've got an older car, you know, and doesn't have that ability, you know, Apple Watch does. So it's going to be really good, I think. It's good to have this car detection. But I think the iPhone might actually also have it. So we'll have to see. There we go, GPS. So that's good. That's awesome. So it can send all your data over. I wonder if it'll send your GPS location as well if you crash. Because that would be quite useful if that did happen. I like that. I think, to be honest, I know the new temperature sensor as well, but I think that crash detection is a really good reason. If you're thinking of upgrading, getting an Apple Watch, and you have a car, it's a good reason to have it. Okay, the battery life's still the same. Oh, okay. Preserve battery life. Hey, low power mode. 36 hours. That's about time. But what does it sacrifice? Always on display. Okay. To be honest, what they just said there, I'd rather have that on first. I'd have loads of power mode on all the time. Because I know that cool thing with you're running and all of this, but if you are a keen person, a fitness person, you'd be turning it on, wouldn't you? So you know, to monitor your runs and your cycling and swimming and whatever. So yeah, I think that should be the default setting. So if you want to see it like that, guys, you've got a 36-hour battery life, apart from the always on display. Good stuff. Roaming's finally happened. We've been waiting for that. I do like those colours. Oh, the graphite's nice. I do like this new bands. Ooh. Cool. That's different, isn't it, that silver chain? Lucky horse face, guys. It even goes to sleep. It looks good, the Apple Watch. I think that new temperature sensor and that car crash detection is a pretty good upgrade. If you didn't go for a Series 7, I would say, yeah, go for a Series 8. It's very good for that. Oh. Oh, Fitness Plus. I think that's quite good, actually. September 16th, guys. There's your first date. There's the first one. Like I said at the beginning, before this thing started, the event started, that we would probably get the releases on September 16th. Oh. That's just a video about it. I think we're going to get the Apple Watch Series 8 Pro. What a mouthful to say. Apple Watch Series 8 Pro. I think that's coming next. And there might be a new SE2 as well, potentially. That's good. Like I said, guys, I think it is a worthy buy. I would say if you've got yourself, say, an Apple Watch Series 5 SE normal and you want to get or below, this is a worthy buy. We'll see the Series 8 Pro, see what that offers on top. But I do think the Series 8 is a good buy, I think, to be honest, what you're getting. SE. SE was brilliant. I've even got it. That's my primary. I'm not wearing it right now, but it's charging actually. Just in case you're wondering, where's my Apple Watch? It's charging. But it is such a great Apple Watch. Let's have a look how good it is. Midnight. Ooh, nice. What's the chip inside it? Is it last year's chip? What else more can the SE2 do? I can't tell if it's got a bigger display or not. I'm not sure. Or always on display. Okay, so it's got the crash detection. That's good. Okay, it's got the smaller display. There we go. You can tell. Yeah, we know that, but the SE original was bigger than that. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know actually if this is going to be a good watch now. The SE2. I thought it would have more because the SE original is such a good watch, and if it's only 20% faster, the SE original, if you've got one like I've got, it's not slow. And if it's the same design, same chassis, same sensors, and it's only got car crash detection, if it costs like $100 more than the SE original, I don't see the point. If they're replacing this SE2 over the SE1, obviously, yeah, go for it. But if you can't find an SE watch at a cheaper rate in a sale somewhere, I'd personally say stay with it. Yeah. No, I don't know. Don't know if that's worth it, guys. The new SE. That's the same price as the SE original. September 16th again. I don't know, guys, about that one. I'm a little bit. Is there a new SEA? Yeah, here we go. The Pro. I think we got it. It's going to be called the Pro. Or it's like a rugged. Sounds like it's going to be a rugged one, doesn't it? Hi there at 2 a.m. in the morning. Let's see what this new Apple Watch is. What's it going to be called? Let's see. Years in the making. Here we go, guys. The new Apple Watch. With a new design, hopefully. It looks good. Wow. Does look good, guys. This does. I do like the look of this new Apple Watch. Wow. Awesome. That does look cool. Ooh, look at that ammo LED. Always on display. Looks awesome. Ultra! Not Pro. Ultra! Titanium casing, guys. Looks good. I do like that design. Does look cool. It's got a bit of a rim around that screen, isn't it? Does look good. Ooh. It does look a bit like a transformer. Ah, there we go. Apple Watch Ultra has that. Has the connectivity built in. Whew. 36 hours, guys. 60 hours! Wow, that's 60 hours. That's pretty cool. New faces. What do you think of the new Apple Watch Ultra then, guys? Who's going to be getting it? Ooh, night mode. That was the thing we saw. That was awesome. Oh, I like that night mode. That does look pretty cool. Let's see what the bands are like then. Do these bands, are they only exclusive to the Ultra model though? Because that's a rumour I heard. That's cool. That's for water. That's pretty cool. That's good. I like it. They've made it like that. That's pretty cool. That strap. The Velcro one. They thought it through with these cases. But will they fit the other Apple Watches? That's the question. That's quite a long battery life you've got there, Manfinto 1222. 14 days battery, that's crazy. Let's see what it can do there with sports and bits and pieces. It's just a new satellite mode. Is this a new satellite link mode? I think it's coming, guys. I think it's coming. Ooh. I do not know what those frequencies are. Okay, it's even better GPS. That's pretty cool, though. We got that. So that's what that extra button does then. The action button. Really? So it knows that you ride at a running track. That's pretty cool. It's like doing like laps, isn't it? So if you're doing like a lap, you press it on the side. That's pretty cool. I like that. Wow. Wow, that's quite a lot for a triathlon. That's pretty good that it can do all of that. This watch is better than I thought it is. The question is, how much is it going to be? We've heard that it could be $1,000. I really hope it's not. But it's got a lot going for it. This is definitely the best Apple Watch they've ever made by far. The Ultra, how much they put into it. Look at that. Wow. That's really good, that sort of background tracking. You don't have to drop breadcrumbs anymore on the floor. Wow. That's really cool, that siren. I think people just do that, set that alarm off, won't they, when they're like a panic attack. How far can it go underwater? That's pretty cool. What's that mean? I don't know what EN 1339 is. I don't scuba dive, so I don't know what that means. But I guess it means very, very, very deep. Let's have a look then, see what it does underwater. iPhone 14's not just come just yet. Like I've said before to you guys, it will be coming at the end of this event. Like I said, Apple always show it at the end of the event, never beginning or in the middle, generally. This is really cool. It's a really good app, it looks like they've got here for scuba divers. I don't scuba dive, but from what I'm looking at, seeing, it does look cool. Let me know if you scuba dive at all, and let me know if this is any good, because I don't know. I don't scuba dive. I can't do all sports. That's pretty cool. I think you can say it. The Ultra. If you are a sport person, um, and if you've got the money, buy it. Especially that if you like doing multiple different sort of extreme sports, from the looks of this, it's a must-have. Such a great Apple Watch. But what I would say is, I don't know. I would say if you're just a person who just likes to get notifications on your Apple Watch, and doesn't you don't, I do the occasional sport once a week or once a month or whatever. I wouldn't say it's for you. It's probably not worth the money. I know it looks beautiful. I know it looks awesome. I know it's got a better battery life, but personally, maybe the Apple Watch Series 8 is probably better for you. Or if you can get a good deal on the SE, maybe that's better for you. I'll give you my feedback about the Apple Watch after this event, obviously, but this watch I can see for people who do extreme sports and who do loads of sports, you've got to buy it without a doubt. As I've said, guys, already today, there's not going to be any iPads of any sorts. There's not going to be any Macs at this event. That's going to be coming in the October event later on in a month or so. So we'll have to see. But there we go. That's the Apple Watch over on this bit. Let's see what's next. I think it's going to be AirPods, personally, but you never know. It could be the iPhone next. But I personally think it's going to be that. Or it could be services updates. We'll see. Of course. It's always built with the environment in mind, isn't it? Cool for Diana there. I'm a runner looking forward for the Ultra Watch. Awesome. Oh, September 23rd. So that's not going to be September 16th. Sorry, I can't say my dates now. So it's coming a week later. But probably because it's a brand new design, brand new mold, brand new everything, Apple are pushing it out a bit longer, possibly. $799. I'm not too sure. It's better than $1,000 than we thought. So yeah, it's definitely cheaper in that sense. But yeah, okay. I'd say if you're going to be doing these extreme sports and everything, I would say yeah, it's definitely worth getting. If you just like us are going to be using it for notification, you do one sport a week. No, I wouldn't get it personally. I know it's appealing, that it's got the better battery life. You might like that look, but you're paying for that. You're going to be getting the same features on the Series 8. You if you're going to get this watch and use these features that you're never going to use, it's not worth it personally. Excuse me, got a cough there. Have a drink. It is a good watch though, the Ultra. I have to say that. And I think they have done well this year. I'm not too happy about the SE2, or the new SE, if they call it. I'm a bit disappointed with that. I thought it would have a bit more. The main upgrade they've just done is put the new chip in it. The new S8 chip, what's in the Series 8. And they've also put in the car crash detection. But it's the same design as the last SE. Okay, it's a good starting SE. If you're brand new to Apple Watch and you can't really afford a lot, yeah, get it. But if you want a bit more and you want those extra health sensors and always on display and that temperature new sensor and whatever, I'd say Series 8, personally. If you can afford a Series 8, get that. Because you've got the bigger display as well. You've got the new design from the Series 7. Because the Series 8 was the Series 7 was basically the Series 6 with just a larger display. So personally, and that was the SC as well. This SC was like the S4, as it were, the Series 4 and 5. It wasn't really worth it. So yeah, I would say definitely Series 8 is a good buy this year. Do I think the S23 Ultra is going to be better than the 14 Pro Max? You could say it probably is, but then you're going to say the iPhone 15 is better than the S23 Ultra. But then you could probably say after that the S24 Ultra is going to be better than the iPhone 15. And then after that the S25 will be better than the iPhone 6. You know, you can go on forever. They get better and better, Samsung and iPhones. You know, they're never going to make a phone what goes worse, goes backwards. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's interesting, though, to see those new Apple Watches, though, definitely. I would say, to me, the star is definitely the Ultra, if you can afford it. Series 8, I would say, is your next choice. SE, if you're brand new to Apple Watch, yeah, maybe you should get one. It's back to Tim. AirPods, here we go, guys. iPhone's last, guys. AirPods Pro 2. Like I said to you guys, iPhone's always at the end. I have never known an iPhone to not be introduced until the end in the last sort of 12 years, 10, 12 years. Always at the end of their iPhone, the events, what they do at this time of year. So, yeah. They are indeed the AirPods, the most popular ones in the world. Are they? The AirPods Pro is the most sold one. I see more people with AirPods 2, really, than AirPods Pro. Let's have a look at the AirPods Pro 2, or the next generation AirPod Pros. Okay, the design hasn't changed. Like I said, I think it's just going to be a chipset update, slightly better battery life, maybe some fitness bits and pieces built into it. We'll have to wait and see. Funky video, isn't it? Let's have a look at the AirPods Pro. She's very yellow, isn't she? That's very yellow. H2 chip, there you go, guys. That's what we thought would happen. I don't want to be rude, but she's got an irritating voice already. I don't want to be rude, but she has. That looks cool. Oh, enhancements to spatial audio. Let's see what happens. I'm not too sure though about the AirPods for it, the AirPods Pro 2. I'm gonna have to see what this sound's gonna work. I've seen these, the personal profile sounds. LG, for example, do some AirPods like that at the moment. They sort of scan your head to get your sort of ear detection, how sound comes in. So it looks like Apple are doing the same here with the AirPods Pro. We'll have to see how good that noise cancellation is. Because the current noise cancellation is not actually that good, to be honest. The noise cancellation that I've got on these AirPods Max I've got now are really good. But I've also got the ones, the AirPods Pro. They're not as good. Oh, okay, 2 times. There we go. So that'll be useful. Oh, extra small tip. So you can buy AirPods Pro or the new AirPods Pro for your kids. Have you noticed that everybody on that train has got an iPhone? Everyone's got an iPhone. No one's got an Android. Is that what happens in life? Adaptive transparency. Ooh. That's pretty cool. So it can get rid of the really loud noise, but can take in other noises as well. That's really clever. I will give you that. If it's true, if they say it's 2 times noise cancellation and also that transparency mode where it can deafen out those super loud noises, that is quite good. It might be worth giving them a try for that. Depends what the price is. If they're the same price as the AirPods Pro right now, yeah, it's probably worth it. But if they increase the price of the AirPods Pro 2, the second generation, and keep the first ones, then debating. So I think they are, I can't remember how much they are now. So they're $180, are they, the AirPods Pros? I can't remember. I can't look on the Apple Shop because it's closed down at the moment. That's good to get a longer battery life. I think we only used to get up to 20 hours, didn't we, before? Oh, it's 6. It was at 24 hours. I thought it was 20. That's good. That's cool. Okay, precision phone. So basically it's got a AirTag built into it. It's got an AirTag built into it. So it's got an AirTag. Oh, Apple Watch one. That's cool. We thought we could do this, a lanyard loop. That's about time they've done that. That's pretty good. They're worth trying out. They're worth trying out, I'd say, those AirPods Pro 2. Depends on the price. iPhone 14's next, guys. iPhone 14 is next. I'm not recycling my old AirPods. $249. That's the same price. September 23rd. Okay. I don't know about the iPhone release then. It could be the 23rd they're available. It could be 2 weeks' time. I don't know. But here we are, guys. iPhone 14. All 4 models. This is the bit a lot of you guys have been waiting for. iPhone. I think you guys were right. He is wearing the new Apple Watch Ultra. Oh, it's balloons. iPhone 14. Here we go. There we go. The Max or the Plus. Like we said, guys, the notch was going to remain on these 2 models. Purple! Purple! Ooh. Does look nice. And it looks like the Sierra Blue has come to the iPhone 14. 14 Plus! There we go. I'm glad it's called the 14 Plus and not the 14 Max. Like I said to you guys, new design will be next year. Apple refresh their designs of their iPhones every 3 years. So that'll be next year. This is the last year we're going to have this design. So yeah, for a lot of you guys, it does look identical to an iPhone 13 and 12. So it's going to be interesting what they put into this iPhone 14. I do think the 14 Max is going to sell well. Plus, sorry, I said it wrong again. 14 Plus is going to sell super well, I do, though. I think it'll be the second best selling iPhone. I think the 14 Pro Max will be the best. Still 60 hertz though, guys, I'm afraid. Yeah. Ceramic shield's been around since the iPhone 12, though. What new features? I like the purple. I do like that purple. What does all-day battery life mean? Okay, we thought that would happen. I did think the 14 Max or 14 Plus would have the best battery life ever, because obviously the Pro Max is going to use more features and drain the battery a little bit more. Let's see what the performance is. A15. It's the 5-core GPU A15 this year then. So this is the same what we had in the iPhone 13 Pro models last year. Yeah. We did think this was going to happen. 5-core GPU one coming. So this is like I said, this one came in the 13 Pro Max and the 13 Pro. Because the actual iPhone 13 and the 13 mini had a 4-core GPU. So you're getting the chip from the Pro models of the 13. Well, it's still a great chip, like I said, guys. It's a fantastic chip. Don't think, oh, I'm being cheated out. It is faster than other competition. That's the point, yeah. It will change the cameras, actually, yeah. That new chip imaging signal processor. Have they adjusted the camera with the lenses and sensors? Let's see. 3 trillion photos! Let's see what they're doing. I think personally, like I said, guys, I think the 14 Pro Max will be the top seller. And I think the 14 Max might be number 2. It might just get ahead of the 14 Pro. And obviously the iPhone 14 General will still sell. I still see a lot of people with just a normal iPhone 13, iPhone 12 walking around. So yeah. But I think it's good that they got rid of the Mini, personally. Ah, larger sensor in it. Okay, so there's updates. That's good. I think it was 2.2 last year. That is a good camera upgrade. Even though it's 12 megapixels, that's still very good. So basically, I think that main camera sensor is probably actually better than what's on the iPhone 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max, if I'm correct. I'd have to double check. So it is slightly better. Interesting. There should be autofocus coming to the selfie camera. True depth camera, 1.9 aperture. That's down from 2.2. I think that was where I got my mistake there. So that's definitely better. Autofocus! Yay! About time it's had autofocus. That's better. That's really good that they've got that built in. I hope like FaceTime and also I hope like other apps as well advantage of that. That's good. I think we've seen this all before on previous iPhones, normally on the Pro models. So it does make me wonder what they're going to be doing to the Pro model this year. I do hope they do reduce the price of the iPhone 14. 14, because obviously the 14 Plus, I keep saying that wrong, is new. So we don't know what the price of that will be. But I do hope they do reduce the price of the 14 normal. I think it's normally $799. So it'd be good if they brought it down to say $699. What was the price of the 13 mini, as it were? So it'd be good if they did do that. It'd be nice to get the 14 plus at say I'd say probably about $849. It'd be good. I'm hoping for that. Fingers crossed. Like I said to you guys, they all do look the same. Apple only upgrade their design of their iPhones like every 3 years. That's what they do. Remember, we had this design of the iPhone 6 to the iPhone 7. That was the same design. Obviously, we did get the iPhone 8, but that same year we got the iPhone 10. It was a new design. That design was used from the iPhone 10, iPhone 10s, and then the iPhone 11. That was all the same design for 3 years. And then obviously, here we are, iPhone 12, 13, and iPhone 14, same design. If you want a new designed iPhone, next year is when the new design's coming. I am a bit disappointed that it's still 60 hertz. It'd be nice if it was 90 hertz at least. I've heard about this new 5G. Have we heard that? I think it's a 10 gigabit 5G. Oh, eSIM. So does it just have eSIM? Are we getting rid of SIM cards altogether? Oh, multiple eSIMs. That's cool. So are they getting rid of SIM cards altogether? Oh, I'm just wondering if they're getting rid of physical SIM. Just the US guys. So if you're in the US, you don't have a physical SIM card anymore. So that means there's multiple models. It's a cool little thing then, guys. I feel for you US guys, I'm not from the US, as you know. You might be cheated a little bit. Because obviously, with a SIM card, physical SIM card, yeah, there's got to be space for battery. The battery gets made slightly smaller. So there's going to be a space inside the iPhone, in your American iPhones, 14s, where there could be space for a slightly larger battery. And that's not going to exist. So, interesting. Maybe eSIM might be the way forwards as of next year. Maybe Apple are trying to set a precedent this year with the US, and then next year they're going to get rid of it all completely, and we'll have even bigger batteries in the next generation iPhone with that new design. But car crash detection, we thought that was coming to the iPhone, and it has. Here we go, the satellite connectivity. Satellite modelling and simulation. We know it's coming now, don't we? This is awesome. So we could be anywhere. We thought this was coming last year, satellite connectivity. But it's finally come. Keep pointing at the satellite, that's pretty cool. That's how it works then. The question is though, how does this work in the sense of that I just saw her pointing at the sky and everything. What what was if you can't connect to a satellite? That's cool. So we know what far out is now, don't we? Could you imagine an iPhone with a massive antenna? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Hmm. Hmm. So you have to point it at a satellite. Hmm. That makes me wonder then how that works. But when you point it, what happens if you can't find a satellite in the sky, as it were? All right. Oh, clear view of the sky. I guess at the end of the day, if you get saved, don't you, with this? I guess that's the main thing. That's useful to have. Like I said, guys, I'll give my feedback at the end of this event. I know a lot of you guys are going, well, I don't see the point in getting an iPhone 14. I'll just get myself an iPhone 13 Pro Max. I'll give you my opinion on that at the end of this event, so stick around, because it's interesting to hear what I've got to say about that. I will say that. I'm not going to tell you to go and buy an iPhone 14 or even an iPhone 13 Pro, but you'll see what I'm talking about, what is best for you. So if you want to hear that, stick around to the end of the event. So yeah. That's good. It's good that they can send that message via Find Me. You have to pay for it. Oh, US and Canada. No offence to you guys, but I thought I thought satellites all go around the world, don't they? Oh, you have to pay for it. Okay, that's got me. You have to pay for it. I'm not happy. No, that's it. You have to pay for emergency services. Gosh. They didn't even say how much it will be. Can't believe you have to pay for it. I'm sorry, guys. That's just got me. Tell me if you're happy that you have to pay for it. Do you think you should have to pay for it, or do you think it should be free? What do you think? Let me know. I can understand, satellites can't maintain themselves, but at the end of the day, Apple didn't put the satellites in the sky, did they? And they existed all these years, all this time before. But I guess if you are using more bandwidth of the satellites by these emergency calls, yeah, I guess I can see the point from that point of view. Swings and roundabouts, isn't it, as they say? The Pro's coming soon, guys. It's straight after this. Stick around. Like I said, also stick around at the end of the event to hear my opinions of today's event as well. When's the iPhone 14 coming available? Best battery in an iPhone. Oh, right. No. Yes, it's the same starting price of the iPhone. I thought you'd be a little bit lower. Okay, the original predictions were correct, but we were hoping it was going to be cheaper, but it's not happening. $7.99, $8.99. Like I said, I'll give you my opinion if you should buy a 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max over an iPhone 14. I like that VLAD. It's true. September 9th, September 16th. Ooh, October 7th. Wow, that's a month away. I knew there was problems with the production of the 14 Max, but I didn't realise it was that much. Wow. I didn't realise the 14 Plus would be pushed out that far. I thought maybe 23rd of September, not the 7th. That's a month, guys. Ooh, let's see what the pros are like then. Like I said, I will give me my opinion on the 14. I'm just digesting it in my head of what I think of the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Plus, and over the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Because a lot of you guys are probably wondering what's the best deal out of those two. I'll talk about that in a moment, like I said. I'm not too sure about the satellite connectivity either. That you have to pay for it after 2 years. I think it's a bit crazy. But there again, I guess who's going to maintain the bandwidth? And they've not revealed what the price is of that either. But like I said, I'll talk about this all after the event's finished. Back to Tim. Let's talk about the pros then. Let's see if the pros are any better now. They do one more thing if there's something brand new coming along, something completely out of the box. But I don't think that's coming today. Let's see what the pros are like. Purple, guys. Purple, purple, purple. It's not too dark either. Oh, there we go. Oh, does it get... What? The pill gets bigger. That's cool. I'll give you that. They're actually using the pill to their advantage. That's crazy. That purple's nice. Oh, that purple. They're actually using the pill to their advantage. I think that's hilarious. That's crazy. Why not, hey? Why not use the pill to your advantage? Stainless steel, no titanium this year, guys. That purple, oh, looks good. Wow. I like that deep purple. Deep purple for me, guys. Getting that. There we go. That's a change. Let's see what this pill can do then. I guess at the end of the day, if you're going to put a pill in it and it looks a bit hideous, the dynamic island. Okay, I'm going to stop calling it the pill. Dynamic island. This dynamic island, then, if you're going to put it in, I guess you've got to take advantage of it if you're going to put it in your iPhone. I like that. I like how it expands, like for phone calls and notifications. Like focus mode. That's cool. Okay, I will give you that. I like the idea how that dynamic island expands and stuff. I do like that. That's why it's dynamic. That's better with Face ID. Yeah. Okay. It's better than I thought it would be. I'll give you that. Don't come on. It does look hideous on its own, but how they've used advantage of it, I do like that. I do. I think that is really good. That's cool. Hmm. That's useful that you can tap to go back to your app and things. That's useful. They have that at the moment, don't they? In the top corner, like if you're doing something like a phone call, you come out, you can tap in the top left corner to go back to your phone call and things like this. So, yeah, they're taking advantage of this. Third party apps, that's what I was wondering. That's better. I did wonder about third party apps if they would use it on that. I'm glad they have. Because normally they'll wait a year, next WWDC, they'd give you the ability to do it. So I'm glad they're given the ability right now from day one. Hmm. It's like I say again, repeating myself here, it's better that they've done that with the dynamic island. New display again. Are we going down to 1 hertz refresh rate? I bet. Same sizes again. Even thinner borders. Brighter again. 1600 nits. That's pretty good. I think if I'm right, the S22 Ultra is 1500 nits. So it's slightly brighter. Oh, that's what I mean. 2000 nits. That was it. 2000 nits. That's good. Go out on the day out. Let's see. Always on display. Always on display. Always on display, guys. Finally, it's here. Thank you, guys. Thank you there, Mr. K-Star. £1 there we go, for the always on display. I like that. That's what always on display should be about. Because I know like Samsung do always on display, but you normally just see like note scribbles or just a little icon. But this is good. That's useful. We thought it was coming, didn't we? That's cool. I do like that. That is how you do always on display, guys, I think. That's just the display, guys. That's just the display part of the iPhone. We've got more. A16 then. No iPads today, guys. iPads and Macs are coming in the October event. Let's see what 16 billion transitions. That's the same as M2, I think. 4nm. Was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be 5nm, another reform one. That is even faster than I was wrong then. A13. Wow. Let's have a look. So it's about 20% faster then. 20% lower power. That means battery life will be better. Okay. So that means then that the iPhone 14s will give even better battery life, in theory, if the battery's the same size, or even if it's slightly smaller, it's the same, basically. Wow. To be honest, guys, I'm going to say it, the A16 is probably almost as fast as the M1 chipset. Almost as fast, I reckon. I'm going to have to check it out. We'll have to check out what like the Geekbench score and the other scores are going to be for that, but it's good. That is good. I am impressed with A16 a bit better than I thought, actually. Let's see what the camera can do. 4 trillion operations with the camera, wow. The refresh rate goes down to 1 Hz, but it goes all the way up to 120 Hz. Last year with the 13 Pro Max and the 13 Pro went down to 10 Hz and 120 Hz. That's how they're doing always on display this year, because that 1 Hz. Let's see what the cameras can do then on the 14 Pro and the Pro Max. .48 megapixels, is it coming? Yay! Quad pixel sensor. It's about time. 65% larger. It's huge. Wow. This is going to be an incredible camera, guys. It's going to really pull you out of the picture, as it were, with that. That's what I said, pixel binning technique. This is pixel binning technology you're seeing here. Yeah. Two times. Wow. That's impressive over the 13 Pro. Low lights could be great. Low light's great on the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max, but to make it even better than that. Wow. That's really good. Look at the feathers, how they go around it. And like I said, they've locked it on her face. That's really impressive. I'm impressed with this camera so far. You don't need a SLR, DSLR anymore, guys. If you got one, get rid of it. Wow. Two times zoom. So you got 1, 2, 3. I get it, because that's pretty cool. That's useful to have, that 1, 2, 3 times standard zoom, as it were. I do like that. I'll say it, guys, for like about the 20th time. There's going to be no iPads or Macs at this event, okay? That will be at the October event. Don't know the date of the October event just yet, but stay tuned to my videos. I will be telling you when it's coming. Pro RAW at 48 megapixels. Whew. This does look impressive, guys, this camera. I want to see what the video recording is going to be like. The only thing what's missing is a telephoto periscope sort of zoom. But we've heard that's coming next year with the iPhone 15. Will go up to a 10 times zoom. A bit like what Samsung can do with their Ultra phone right now, but I think that's next year because they can't fit that periscope into the design of the current iPhone 12, 13 and 14 design. So next year, we'll probably be getting that. As we said, it'll be ultra wide, it'll be 12 megapixels. We knew it's going to be 12 megapixels on this, on both the telephoto and this one. That's good. Better low light photos. Awesome. Look at that macro mode. Wow. That bug. I never used the flash on my iPhone. 9 LEDs now. It used to be 4. No, I don't like the flash. I don't use the flash. That's better. That is an impressive camera system. I'm going to give you that. I thought the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max had great cameras, but yeah, it's even better. It's the only iPhone to record at ProRes. Well, I'd think so, because Apple invented ProRes, didn't they? Cinematic gets an update. 30 frames per second with cinematic, that's better. That does look good, that cinematic display. 8K, is 8K coming? What's the battery life like then? What's the battery life? Yeah, all day battery life. Yeah, what does that mean? Okay, didn't reveal what it means. Okay. That is an impressive upgrade. That is an impressive upgrade. That is impressive, guys. I will say that. I will say that. I think we're coming to the end of the event here, guys. So get your questions ready. Not just yet, though. But what I will say is, at this point, is that any questions, I'll try my best to answer. But if you definitely want your question to be answered, yeah, we do have the super chat option. So yeah, make sure that you use that to definitely get your answer for your question. But let's just see what the end of the event holds for us. Let's see when it's available and let's see the price. Like I said, the dynamic island is better than I thought. Better than I thought. And that you can actually touch it. But then again, touching it, are you touching the camera? So I don't know actually, now thinking about that. Will you smear the camera touching it? Just thought of that. Will you smear the camera? Yeah. I just saw her again, she touched the camera part. Alright, last time I'm going to say it, guys. This is about the 21st time I've said it. There are no MacBooks, there are no iPads at this event. They are coming in October time. I just want to know what the price is, if it's gone up, and also when it's available. That's the thing I'm most curious about. The camera is definitely impressive. You're winding me up now, Dino, watching. It is impressive, this 14 Pro models. I think we can definitely say it's more innovative than the 14 over the 13, isn't it? The 14 Pros over the 13 Pros. Don't worry, Dino, watching. That satellite. You have to pay for it after 2 years. Blech. Car crash detection. That's quite a violent crash. I was hoping for a bit of a bang. I just want a bit of a bang for the car crash detection to go off on, not a complete smash up of the car. This is a long video, this is, isn't it? It is impressive, the 14 Pro. I will say that. Definitely impressive. Oh, good. The price has stayed the same. Oh, thank goodness for that. We always thought... The price has stayed. That's good. I'm glad the price stayed. $16, a week away from guys. iPhone 13 for $599, but that's the mini, remember? No Pro models to be sold, 13 Pro. I think we're getting to the end of the event, guys. Sun setting on Apple campus. Let's just see what... Impressive things, yeah. Apple Watch, AirPods Pro, and the new iPhone 14s. Those are the new products this year at this event. Very, very impressive. So yeah, that'll be really, really cool. Okay then, guys. Let me close down this event then, and let's start talking. So, wow. What an event, guys. Excuse me. I've got a bit of a cough there. Just wait for a few more people to come along. So, that was the Far Out event. With the iPhones and also the Apple Watch and also the AirPods Pro as well. So, let's talk about things then. So, just again... Everybody's going to be saying it as everybody comes coming into this session now, because everyone's been watching this on their own devices, the actual event, and they're all going to come in to get feedback from YouTubers, including myself, of what we all thought of the actual event. So, yes, I'm just going to say it again now for like the 22nd time. There were no iPads, there were no Macs, and to be deadly honest, we were not expecting to see them at this event. We always knew for the last few weeks or the last few months via leaks and rumours that I've been saying to you guys that basically we will be getting a new Apple Watches, new iPhones, and we would also be getting the AirPods Pro at this event, but no Macs or iPads. That's later on into this year. The main reason behind that is because of the M2 chipset. The M2 chipset is going to be in that new iPad Pro. It's also going to be in some new Macs. So that will be later on, and I'll talk about that later on in this discussion. Let's talk about what we've seen today. So let's start then right at the beginning of the event. So we have this time seen the brand new Apple Watches. So we've got 3 new Apple Watches this year. I'm going to do it in the order of like price, as it were, or features. So first of all, we've got the new Apple Watch SE. I'm going to be honest with you, I am a bit disappointed with the Apple Watch SE this year. I know we haven't had one in 2 years, but it's like what they've done with the iPhone SE, like the last generation. We had the last generation iPhone SE, was based on the iPhone 8 sort of design model, and then this time round we got it again, and that had basically 5G capability in it and a new chipset. That was it. And we were really disappointed, weren't we, earlier this year? The new SE, that was it. Especially it's an old design. Now, I feel the same again about this SE. You've got to remember that SE design that we've got, this new generation SE, that is the Apple Watch Series 4 design. We're on the Series 8. That's 4 generations ago, and we're still using that design. And especially, the weird thing is that the last generation SE uses that design as well, the S4, the Series 4 design. So, it's a bit crazy that they actually are using that design still. I thought, they might update it to the series. They might do like a Series 5 or Series 6 design, what allow you to have like an always-on display. But no, not having an always-on display. Basically, we're going to put the chip, what's inside the Series 8, inside the SE, and you get car crash detection. That's it. In my opinion, guys, obviously I think Apple are going to stop selling the original SE if they got this new SE. If you can get the original SE Apple Watch at a good deal, like $100 less than the new SE Apple Watch, go and buy it personally. In my opinion, that's what I'd say. But then, for the new SE Apple Watch, if you want to get it, get it. But personally, I would upgrade to the next Apple Watch SE. Not Apple Watch SE, the new Apple Watch 8, as it were. The Apple Watch 8 is definitely a good buy to get. And main reason behind that, if you've got anything from, say, the Apple Watch older than, say, a Series 6. So say if you've got a Series 6 or older, you're looking to possibly get yourself a new Apple Watch, this is your time. You've got that new temperature sensor, you've also got car crash detection, you've got that larger display. I would say, like I said, if you've got a Series 7 watch, no point upgrading, I'd say this time round. But anything older than Series 6, definitely get the Series 8. I'd pay that little bit more than the brand new SE. So, like I said, if you're all new here, guys, coming into the chat, like I said, I'm doing a review of this event. I'll answer questions in a bit, and also I'm just talking about the order of how the event works. So we're starting with Apple Watches. We've talked about the SE, Series 8, well, at the moment. I'm going to talk about the Series 8 Ultra, then I'll talk about AirPods, then I'll finally talk about the new iPhone 14s. So continuing on then, Series 8, I think is quite good for the price. The availability as well, that you'll be able to get it, pre-order it this weekend or this Friday, and you'll be able to get your hands on it basically a week later. Is really, really cool. A question that's come along, people are asking, is what time will you be able to get it? I know for a fact that you'll be able to pre-order it. If you live in America right now, and if you're on the East Coast, it's normally 5 a.m. in the morning on the East Coast. Where I am here in the UK, it's normally 1 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, British time, whatever you want to call it. So work it out from those times where it will be in your country. It'll be the same across the world, basically. It's all at the same time they launch. So that's when that pre-order will be able to happen. Then we had the Series 8 Ultra watch. Wow. That is different, isn't it? So we thought it was going to be called the Pro. Nope, we've got an Ultra name now. So that's really cool. We had the M1 Ultra chipset. Let's use the Ultra name now on a watch. So the new watch is going to be really, really awesome. I do love the look of that new watch. But what I will say is that new watch, I would not buy it unless you really are a pro fitness person. I'm talking about the kind of people who go out running almost every day, and then at the weekend go and do like some hiking every weekend, or you go scuba diving, or you do triathlons, or you enter like 4 triathlons every year and you train up all year round. I would buy the Series 8 Ultra for that reason. Personally, I wouldn't buy it if you're just going to be, I just want to get notifications, and look at me, I've got a S8 Ultra on my wrist. It's not worth the price. I know it's got a slightly better battery life. I think it was 36 hours battery life. It can go up to 60 if you put it into its low mode, but for the price, it's not worth paying it for that price, guys. I really don't. I would say get yourself the Series 8. Definitely, it's definitely worth it on that. So yeah, we'll have to do that. Again, that's not going to be available for another 2 weeks. So you should be able to pre-order it. I think it said this Friday on the 9th, but you won't be able to get your hands on the Series 8 Ultra until the 23rd of September. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. The other thing I was going to say, guys, if you definitely want your question to be answered here, guys, please use the basically the what's it called, the super chat, as it were, and I'll definitely answer your questions. Other questions, I will try and best to answer them throughout this, but I'm just going to talk about my review of what's going on first of all, of what we saw at the event. So next of all, we had the AirPods Pro. It didn't say the AirPods Pro 2, but they're going to be called the AirPods Pro next generation, as it were. A bit like what they're doing now, like the iPhone SE next generation, the iPhone Watch SE, whatever, next generation. Excuse me. So my throat there. So basically, I would say it's the AirPods Pro it looked quite boring to begin with, I'll be honest. Same design, looks the same and everything. But when you thought about it more, when they started talking about those features, that noise cancellation is going to be 2 times more effective than we've got right now. And I can tell you this right now, guys, I've used noise cancellation before on my AirPods Pro, and they're not that good compared to like the ones I'm wearing right here, right now on these AirPods Max. I know these cover up my ears more, but they are far better on this than on the AirPods Pros. So I'm not really that impressed with them, but it looks like if they are 2 times better, I'm going to be, I'm quite interested to see how good that is going to be. And also that H2 chipset also has that more ability for that transparency mode to sort of drown out super loud noises, like they did the demo with the drill in the background and things like that. So yeah, I think it's interesting that they have that as a option there. So we'll have to wait and see with that what's going to be. So I'm losing my words there, my trail of thought. We're going to have to see how good that really is, that transparency mode, because they're claiming some big claims there, and we'll have to test it out. And I'm probably going to get some AirPods, and I'm going to test them out. Like, again, available this weekend. I think it is pre-order. And I can't remember now. Remind me, somebody in the chat, if it's available next week, the 16th or the 23rd. I cannot remember off the top of my head. So we'll have to see about that. So, yeah, let's wait and see. So let's move on then with the AirPods. From the AirPods Pro, let's talk to the big daddy of them all. Let's talk about the iPhone 14 models first. 14 Plus, then I'll talk about the 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. So let's start with the 14. Okay, it looks the same. It looks the same as a 12, it looks the same as a 13, and the colours are a bit different. That's it, really. I'll be honest with you, from my point of view, I wasn't expecting anything different. As we know, and I've said this before in some of my videos, Apple have a recycle refresh rate of updating their models. So, for example, we had the iPhone 6. I'll go back all the way to there. That design was used in the 6, the 6S, 7. The year after, we did get the 8. Don't get me wrong. But that year, we also got the iPhone 10 or the iPhone X. So, with that, I'm just going to say this, VR and solar tech, iPhone 14 money, go buy one. Thanks for that. I will be buying some iPhone 14 models. Thank you for that. Really, really appreciate that. I'm just going to say that out right now. For you guys also, like I said, use the super chat if you want to have your question definitely featured out here, guys. I will definitely answer your question straight away if you use the super chat option right now. I'll try my best to answer other questions too. But yeah, going back with that there, the iPhone 14, I wasn't blown away. The iPhone 6, the design, that's what I was talking about. We got the iPhone 10 design, the iPhone 10s, the iPhone 11, all have the same design language, if you think about it. And then we got 3 years, after those 3 years of generations, we got the iPhone 12, 13 and 14. They all look the same, don't they? And to be honest, that's what it is all about. They all use the same design. And we're not going to be getting a refresh on design of that till next year. That's what I predict. Next year, we will get a redesigned iPhone, and it'll be for 3 years again. So that'll take us all the way up to 15, 16, 17. We won't get another design to the iPhone 18. So, I'm not surprised there whatsoever. Now, for iPhone 14 features, I'm not going to say I'm blown away. I'll be honest with you. Okay, it comes with the A15 chipset, the same chip that's in the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max. It does have an improved cameras on the back, wide and ultra. Has an improved Face ID camera on the front with autofocus now. However, that is it. And I am glad that there is a Max model and the Mini has been dropped. Sorry, people who are fans of the Mini iPhone. But overall, yeah, okay, my honest opinion then, If you can buy an iPhone 13 Pro or an iPhone 13 Pro Max at a good deal on sale on Amazon or from your provider, you know, work it out how much it's going to cost you over a contract or how much it's going to cost you outright, and it works out about the same price as a iPhone 14 and also the iPhone 13 Pro Max to the iPhone 14. In my opinion, yeah, buy yourself an iPhone 13 Pro or an iPhone 13 Pro Max. There you are. I'm going to say it. It's, yeah. It's because in the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max, it's got better cameras. You get an extra camera. You get the telephoto. You also get the same chip. What else? You get ProMotion. You get ProMotion in it. Yeah, in my opinion, I would actually say get yourself that instead. So that's if you can get yourself a good deal. If not, then get yourself a 14 or a 14 plus, in my opinion. I don't know, you know, I think this is what I'm trying to say. It's about this 3-year refresh. I think Apple have ran out of ideas at this point, but the next generation, we get this new design, you know, that's where we're going to see lots more for that. So yeah, like I say again, if you can get it, a better deal on that, I would say that. Don't get me wrong, there were some interesting features. Car crash detection is something that you'll get with the 14, what you wouldn't get on the 13 Pro and 13 Pro Max, but we've lived with it this long. Okay, it's useful, but And then satellite connectivity, it was really good in my opinion until they turned around and said it's free for the first 2 years. And it was like, what? You've got to pay for it? You've got to pay for it? But then again, having said that, after I thought about it and digested that, well, yeah, if you're using the bandwidth of those satellites and so many iPhones are going to be using that bandwidth for those emergency calls, yeah, of course, companies are going to be charging Apple to use it, aren't they? They're not going to be free. It would be that, or it would have been put into the cost of the iPhone. So that means the iPhone cost would have gone up, wouldn't it? I don't think Apple wants to do that. So they had to do it one way or another. So it's a cool feature. It's free for the first 2 years if you get an iPhone 14 or 14 model, any of them. But yeah, I don't know what I think about that in my honest opinion. But it's interesting to see that. But I am going to say it. The colour looked cool. That purple colour and that new blue colour looked cool too. But really, yeah, 13 Pro or the 13 Pro Max over the 14, I'm going to have to say, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I still think the 14 and the 14 Plus is a great model. But that's my honest opinion on that one. Now, next of all, let's talk about the iPhone 14 Pro and also the iPhone 14 Pro Max. But just before I do that, my famous words, what I like to do in my video. This live stream, actually, funny enough, does have a sponsorship segment in it. And stick around just for a minute while I talk about it. And that sponsorship, excuse me guys, comes from Casetify. Now, Casetify have been really, really good sponsors. And I would say if you're going to be getting yourself a new iPhone 14 model, you want to get a Casetify case because they are super premium. And just in case you wanted to know, guys, this is not an iPhone 13 case. This is actually an iPhone 14 case. In fact, I've got a few of them here. Look at this. We've got some really cool new designs from Casetify. I'm just demoing some of them. I can't hold them all in my hand in one go. On this, I'm going to just hold this one to demo it. And it's absolutely awesome. I would be saying if you're getting yourself a brand new iPhone, get yourself a Casetify case. And the main reasons why I want to tell you about that is because they offer 3 options of cases. This one here is called the Impact case, for example. And you can drop your iPhone, wouldn't recommend it, but if you did drop your iPhone, you can actually drop it up to 8.2 foot. And then they also do the Ultra Impact case. I don't think I've got one of them right here, but if you dropped your iPhone on that one, it can actually get dropped up to 11.5 foot. And then they also have this new bounce case with these like sort of edges on the side, and it can actually be dropped to 21.3 foot. So if you're going to get that Apple Watch Ultra, and you're going out hiking and you drop your iPhone, you want one of those bounce cases to go with it. But also what I'd say is, what's great is that they have this new Eco Shock protection all on their cases as well. So what they actually have is they have this twisted design. What's inside it, I can't really show it. Maybe you can see that inside the cases just there. And basically, it gives more resilience with the drop. And also, if you did drop your phone multiple times, it doesn't sort of damage the insides of that if you dropped it on the same corner again with this twisted design with that. And also that they have up to sort of a 5 times military standard, especially on the Ultra Impact case. And also they have this sort of absorbs resistance as well. The other thing I love about these cases, I'm just going to quickly say, guys, is that they're also 65% recycled, and they're also made out of plant-based materials too. And then best of all, guys, is that you can actually have loads of sort of customizations on their website, and it's really, really cool to check out. So I would go and check that out on their website, and I'll be leaving that in my description of my video after this live stream. So do check out getting a Casetify case, and also you'll get 15% off as well on these new iPhone cases. So yeah, do check that out. So next of all, guys, that's that out of the way. Let's talk about the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max as promised. So in my opinion then, with the iPhone 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max, they look gorgeous. I love that new purple colour. Shout out, guys, if you really, really love that new purple colour. I'd love to know from you guys, because it's gorgeous, that new colour. I know they have got the other colours too, but purple all the way for me, guys. Definitely, 100%. Purple colour. So that was the first thing they showed off there. Design language hasn't changed, like I've just talked about. 3 generations are the rule. This is the final generation. No new design. That will be coming next year. So, but the big difference is, though, what we did have, and it's probably the most noticeable one, is that dynamic island, as they like to call it now. The dynamic island. So the dynamic island is what we thought was coming. We thought it was going to be a pill and a hole punch sort of thing, and it hasn't. It's kind of just like a long sort of pill, but Apple, in their true fashion, have taken advantage of that. So when you get notifications, and also if you got music open in the background, or if you've got a focal going, it will appear. It sort of expands. That's why it's called Dynamic Island. And I think that's a pretty cool idea. If you're going to make something like the Dynamic Island, with this sort of pill in the middle, take advantage of it. And I think that was really, really cool. The only thing I think what's not cool about that dynamic island, in my opinion, is looking at it, they were touching it. So does that mean you're touching the actual camera and the Face ID? And if you know my fingers, they get really dirty and foggy and misty. Does that mean you're going to smear your camera constantly? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. That's the only one thing I'm a little bit sceptical on with that dynamic island. But we'll just have to wait and see, won't we, guys? We'll just have to wait and see on that one. But it does look better than I thought. I will say that. The dynamic island is better than I thought. I like the idea how they use the notifications with that. So, yeah, okay. Good on you, Apple. Let's talk about then what else they've done. ProMotion display has changed a bit. So finally, well not finally, second generation, they've gone down to 1 Hertz. So the last ProMotion on the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max had a 120 Hertz and could go down to 10 Hertz. This one can go down to 1 Hertz. And that basically allows finally the ability to do an always on display. And I will also say that, guys, about time that we've got an always on display on an iPhone. We've been waiting for years for this to come along. Samsung have been doing it for the last 6-7 years, I don't know. So yeah, about time. So really, really glad that they have finally brought out an always on display. And to be honest, the always on display looks absolutely incredible. On that one, they've done it correctly. Other companies, they just have a little icon, don't they, of your battery status is charging or whatever. They've done it correctly with notifications. They've done it correctly with darkening down your background. That is really, really cool. That is how you do an always on display, and I bet you that's how other companies are going to copy going forwards into the future. So yeah, we'll have to see how good that always on display is. Something else, and obviously what Apple have also put inside it, is that new A16 chipset inside it. It runs on a 4nm die. That was a bit of a surprise. If you know anything about it, nanometer dies is basically the size of the transistors and how small they make them. They keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And this is the first time we've actually gone down in size since the A14 chipset. So the smaller the die, the more efficient the chip is, the more transistors you can fit in, yada, yada, yada. It basically means that if the iPhone 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max, for example, have the same size battery as the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max, the battery life should be, in theory, better. Not by, excuse me, a huge amount, but probably maybe 10% better or so, possibly. So we might, excuse me, my throat's going there, we might actually get better result on that. So yeah, that's going to be really, really interesting as well. It's the same build up, you know, what was it, 4 efficiency cores, 2 performance cores, 5 core GPU. So yeah, that is really, really interesting as well. Something else that I forgot to mention with the iPhone 14 models, what's across all the iPhone 14, is the eSIM. So yeah, it looks like Apple are trying to cut physical SIM cards completely. And they're doing that via the US first of all. So if you guys are from the US, guess what? Yeah, you've got no SIM card tray this year. So cool. So it's all eSIM ability. But at the same time as well, I feel like for you guys in America being a bit cheated out with that. Because if you've got an eSIM, that means there's a space for a SIM card in your phone. And that means it's just a blank space inside the iPhone, most likely. We'll have to see when somebody opens up. I'm not opening up my iPhone, but if somebody else opens it, there's a blank space for that. And that means that space could have been utilised for maybe a slightly larger battery. As I'm just saying. Because everybody else, like me here in the UK, we're going to get that physical SIM card slot. But you never know. Like I said, in the future, it might change that we might actually get a eSIMs rolled out across the whole world. And I think that's what Apple are planning on doing. Maybe they're getting as many people to sign up by next year to do that, or even the year after. I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. But it looks like Apple, like the headphone port, getting rid of it. They're getting rid of the SIM cards. And you know what will happen. Companies like Huawei, Xiaomi, Samsung will all copy it probably and put eSIM ability only, because I know a lot of them give the ability of eSIM already, and physical SIM, they'll get rid of it completely. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see on that one. I wouldn't get excited they're going to change it to an SD card slot. That is not Apple at all. They will not change that. I have 100% sort of guarantee on that one. So we will have to wait and see what's going to happen with that. But let's talk about the cameras then, finally, on the iPhone 14 and the 14 Pro Max. So, wow, 48 megapixels. Yes! It's about time that we've got 48 megapixels on it. And yeah, I'm really, really excited that they're doing that. And they're also using that binning technology as well to let in more light in if it need be and everything. So we will, that does look really, really, really cool. I'm just going to remind people here in the chat, like I said, I'm going to talk about ramble on about what we saw. And then after that, I'm going to answer your questions afterwards. So yeah, just getting near to the end here about the cameras. And then after that, I will start answering some of your guys' questions. So back to the camera then. Yeah, I like that binning technique for low light and everything. It looks really, really good. The sample pictures they gave were absolutely amazing too. So really, really excited about that and seeing what that's going to hold in the future with that. So we'll have to test those cameras out, definitely. Also done upgrades on the wide and also the ultra wide and the telephoto as well, that you'll be able to let in even more light into that, and also introduce that 2x zoom now because it's a 48 megapixels. They can do that. So you've got 0.5, 1, 2, 3 zoom. No periscope zoom this year, or 10x zoom. I think that's next year. That'll be iPhone 15. So, you know, if you really want that, that is next year. That is coming. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But it did look really cool. It looks like they've updated camera. Cinematic has got 30 frames per second. No 8K recording. There were leaks going around that was coming. It was a bit skeptical if it was going to come. It's not coming this year. Maybe next year. We'll have to wait and see. But there's no 8K recording this year. Let's talk about then if it's worth it for the price. So the biggest news, I think, in my opinion, was that we have heard for ages, leaks and rumours, the price is going to increase with the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And guess what, guys? It didn't. So this means the iPhone 14 Pro, the 6.1-inch model, is still $999. The Pro Max is $1,099. That is the same price as the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max. Apple have not increased their prices, even though, you know, the technology has got better. They have done some big changes. So I will give my hat off to Apple on that basis, that they did not increase the price this year, because so many people thought that there's a possible global recession coming, and also that parts are hard to get hold of, electronic parts, that Apple were going to increase the price, and guess what? They didn't. So really, really happy that they didn't do that. So like I said, that is the price in US dollars. In the UK, because our tax is included, it's going to be about the same price. It's £999 for the Pro, and then £1,099 for the Pro Max, because we have all our tax included on that one. So yeah, I don't know what it is for other countries, because there's so many different currencies. I can't go through all of them. But have a look at it. It'll be coming up soon on the websites and seeing on that one. What I am going to quickly say, guys, I'm going to try and answer some of your questions here on the chat. But what I will turn around and say, guys, I won't be too long on here. The main reason is, I did say it at the beginning of this, it's actually my 10-year wedding anniversary today. And my wife has been exceptionally nice and allowed me to do this event for you and this coverage. So I will be logging off in a bit because I've got to celebrate my 10-year wedding anniversary. But let's answer some of your questions here. So it looks like it looks like in the UK the prices have gone up. Oh no. Oh man. Damn you, UK. That's probably us being Brexit and import taxes and blah 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 blah. So yeah, on that one. A lot of people have been asking, where were the iPads? Where was the Macs? Where are the MacBooks? Where are the Mac Mini? We knew, guys, that it wasn't going to be happening at this event. You know, Apple can't cram everything into one event. So the new Macs and the new iPads are coming at the next event. This is going to be the October event. Don't know the date yet, but check out my videos for that date. It'll be coming soon. And at that event, we will be seeing probably the new 10th generation iPad. We've been told that is going to be a new design in theory. And the main highlights, it'll have an A14 chipset, 5G capability, and finally USB-C on it. That's what we've been told. So let's see if that comes a reality. Also, the iPad Pro M2 will be coming at that event with the M2 chipset, because that's probably going to be the main focus, is that M2. And we're going to be seeing new Macs with the M2. Most likely the Mac Mini will get the M2 chipset inside it. We might get another Mac as well with M2. 50-50, I'm going to say it like that, if we are actually going to be getting a MacBook Pro 14-inch and 16-inch with the M2 Pro and the M2 Max inside it. We don't know. It's 50-50. We might get it at this event. It might come in the spring event. In my opinion, it makes more sense for it to come in spring because, for example, that would leave an 18-month sort of overlap. And Apple like to sort of refresh their Mac sort of every 18 months, if they can, as it were, at the earliest, generally. So, for example, the M1 MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, 18 months later, it came out at the end of 2020, November, come to the end of May, beginning of June, we got the new MacBook Air and we got the MacBook Pro with the M2 chipset 18 months later. And then obviously last year, November, the M1 Pro and the M1 Max came out, so it's not even been a year now since that. So based on that, I don't think it's going to be coming. So yeah, I think it'll be coming spring next year, but we'll have to wait and see on that. Excuse me, I'm just going to blow my nose a second. I'll put you on mute for a second. Sorry about that. No, I do not have COVID or monkeypox or anything else, by the way. As far as I know, I'm absolutely fine. So yeah, let's see what other sort of your questions are going to be happening. So let's see. People asking still about the iPads and everything. The prices, like we said, have gone up. Some people are really excited about the new Apple Watch Ultra Series 8. Yep, I'm really, really excited about that as well. eSIM is only in America. And why is that? Generally, that's what Apple like to do. They love to, no offense to you guys in America, it's just what Apple do. They roll out everything, first of all, in America first. And then they sort of generally roll it out to the rest of the world afterwards. They've done it with multiple features over the years, so we will have to wait on that one. Let's see anything else here, what people are asking. Is it worth going over to America to buy an eSIM iPhone and use it in my country? Probably not. It probably won't work. So that's a good point, actually, guys. If it's an eSIM iPhone from America and you live in another country, do not import one in, okay? It's not worth doing it. It probably won't work because your carrier who you're with in your country, who provides you your minutes and your data and your texts, they've got to be signed up with that eSIM company. So yeah, do not go and import one in just because it's got no SIM card in it. Buy an iPhone from your country. I would definitely recommend that more than ever this year, especially with that eSIM on that one. Some people are asking, is it worth getting yourself an iPhone 13 over the iPhone 14? Like I said to you guys, personally, if it's 13 over 14, just general 13 over 14, I would say get the 14 because it's $100 more in America. I don't know about the UK and other countries. It's worth it probably because you get better cameras, you get car crash detection, better chip. Yeah, I'd say that. But if you are considering getting an iPhone 14, if you were thinking of getting yourself an iPhone 13 Pro Max or an iPhone 13 Pro, or consider getting yourself a 14 or a 14 Plus, like I said at the beginning of this, definitely get yourself, I'd say personally, in my opinion, get a 13 Pro or a 13 Pro Max because it's got the same chip, you get ProMotion, you get an extra camera lens. Yeah, I know I'm biased here, I should be promoting Apple's latest, newest products, but yeah, I'm afraid not guys on this one. I'm really, really sorry on that one. I would say, yeah, I would over 14 normal or 14 plus, 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max. We'll have to wait and see on that one. Let's have a one or two more questions and then I'm going to have to go, guys. Like I said, let's see what people are saying here. 450 subs are right around the corner. Are you excited about that? I am super excited about that. It's because of you guys that I do these videos and this channel exists. I'm so hyped for 450,000 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a MacBook Pro. Like I said, guys, we'll wait till we get to 450,000 subscribers. I think we're on 449 right now. So, you know, a video could be coming very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. But a massive, big thank you from the bottom of my heart on that one for all your support, everybody. I really, really do honestly appreciate it. And thank you for making this such a great community on that one. Let's see then what other people are just saying. Let's take one more. When is the iPad mini M2 with 120 Hertz going to release? Good question. I don't think it'll be this year. If they are going to do 120 Hertz on the an M2 iPad mini, I think it's going to come in next year if they are going to be able to do that, if it's possible. So yeah, we'll have to see that. And then let's take the last question of all. Everyone's going to me, there's a lot of questions of when is the next Apple event with these iPads and these Macs? So I'm personally going to say it's going to be mid-October. Let me tell you why. Did you notice on the Apple event today, the Apple Watch Ultra, Series 8 Ultra, did you notice the release date? It was October the 7th. So that's a month today. If it's based on that, Apple are not going to do an event until all of their products are released. Yeah? So if I was going to do a finger in the air guess, it's going to be around about the... Let me get my calendar open. That's the 7th. That's the Friday. At the earliest, it will be October the 11th or the 12th. It could possibly be the week after so that's Tuesday 11th or October the 12th, Wednesday, or it could possibly be a week later. I'm probably going to say more in line with, because at the end of the day, Friday the 7th and then Tuesday the 11th is only a matter of days between that, that launch. So, Apple want to big up the launch of their new Ultra Watch for at least a week, don't they? So I'm personally going to say, based on that, I think the Apple Max and the iPad event will be either on Tuesday the 18th or Wednesday the 19th of October. But that is my opinion on that. I could be wrong, but based on history and knowing what Apple like to do with things, that's when I'm going to say it'll be either of those 2 weeks. Like I said, more than likely to be the 18th and 19th in my honest opinion, but I could be wrong. I was wrong in my opinion this year because generally this event, what normally Apple do, comes out next week generally. They normally do it in mid-September, so they're a week earlier. Last time they did it this early was for the iPhone 7, if I recall. So it's been since then, it's always been later into the year. So a bit crazy on that one. So that's when I think the next Apple event's going to be. We'll see Macs, we'll see iPads at that event. Let's have a look. See if we've got one last quickie question. Is getting an iPhone 13 Pro a better investment than getting the iPhone 14 Pro? If it's at a good price, the 13 Pro or the 13 Pro Max, so say, like I said before, if you can get it for around about $900 for a 13 Pro Max, and if you can get a 13 Pro for around that $800, I don't know what country's equivalent of that is, but that basically as a benchmark, then it is still worth it. At the end of the day, the 13 and the 13 Pro and the 13 Pro Max are going to be great iPhones for many, many years to come. And a lot of you people have been even saying in this chat here, oh, the 14's not that much better than the 13 and stuff. Well, there we go. There's your answer, isn't it? Still a great phone, isn't it, the 13? But this time last year when I did this chat, guess what people were saying then? Oh, the iPhone 13, the iPhone 12 might be worth getting instead. And guess what people said the year before that? Oh, the iPhone 12 over the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11's still better. I've said this before many times on my channel. Every iPhone from one generation to another gives a little bit of a leap up over the last generation. There's never a massive jump anymore. We've gone beyond those times. You know, if you follow the IT market now, the computer market right now, chipsets, processors, they don't double every new generation. They go about 10, 20% faster or whatever. And that's the same with phones. We've gone past that time where, last year's model, we're double as quick, we're double as powerful. All the features that you can put in an iPhone, what exists right now, generally speaking, exist there now. There are one or two features what are going to be coming in the pipework in the future, and they'll be added bit by bit by bit. But there won't be anything huge. You will not get a massive, whoa, What I say is worth doing is that if you've got, say, for example, right now, an iPhone 11 or below, older, you're going to see a big change if you've got yourself any iPhone 14 model. You will notice camera differences. You will notice your screen's better. You will notice loads of things. Your minimum storage is even bigger. Just little things, battery life. You will see a massive difference. If you've got an iPhone 13 right now and you're going to get an iPhone 14, you're not going to see much. You're not going to see much difference at all. And I've said this many, many times. This is what it will be like. It's worth getting it if you've got basically a phone that's about 4 generations older and upgrading. If you only upgrade, say, every sort of 2 years, or if your contract supplier does that, you're not going to see much difference. You'll see a bit, but not much. Not much of a leap, say, of a 4-year difference or more. So, if you came from an iPhone 6S right now, what's the last device on iOS 15, because iOS 16 won't support it anymore, I went from an iPhone 6S to any 14 model. Whoa, you'll be blown away. That's the thing. But like I said, come from an iPhone 12 to iPhone 12 Pro Max to an iPhone 14 Pro Max, you'll see a bit, but not much. And that's the nature of it. And the same with Samsung's phones, for example. If you went from a Galaxy Galaxy S10, and then you went to a, not even that, a Galaxy S, was it the 20, wasn't it? 20 to the S22 Ultra. The S20 Ultra to the S22 Ultra. You're not going to see much difference. So there isn't much. You get the pen, that's about it. But that's the same thing. If you came from a Galaxy, say, S8 and went all the way up to a Galaxy S22 Ultra, you will see a difference. That is what it's about. That's where you will see the changes. So that's the note. I'm going to probably leave it on there. If it's worth upgrading or not, that would be my honest opinion. If you've got a newer iPhone, probably not worth it. If you've got older iPhone, more than 4 years, yeah, it's probably going to be that. Right then, guys. Based on that, though, guys, like I said, it's my 10-year wedding anniversary. I'm going to have to go. So I want to thank you again, guys, for everybody joining this chat tonight. It's been fantastic to have you here. I think at the highest point, where do we have it? I think we actually had, I'm just going to double check my numbers here, we had 2,500 of you in this chat at one point. So, wow. Thank you so much for joining my chat on this, hearing my opinions, hearing the thing. I really do hope you enjoyed the show from Apple today. And yeah, new videos will be coming soon. Review videos of the iPhones, Apple Watches, and the AirPods will also be coming in the future. I'm afraid you're going to be seeing more of my face with those videos, and there's lots more to come. And yeah, I will see you soon, guys. Take care now, and big thank you again. Bye bye.